Hello kids, welcome to the part 2 of the plant nutrition. But today you don't want to study. So what do you want to do? Let's go for a walk. Now we'll go for a walk through a garden. Now this is the garden we'll be walking through. So did you like this garden? Okay, let's move ahead. Now as you walk through the garden, you observe some leaves on the ground. So suddenly a thought came to your mind that in the last lecture we studied about that the plants breathe in or the take in the carbon dioxide through the stomata which is present on their leaves. So you just curious, you just wanted to see where is the stomata on the leaf. So you just pick up a one leaf and try to see the stomata on the leaf. But you are unable to see any stomata on the leaf. The reason is that the stomata is so small that you cannot see it through the naked eyes. But we have a solution for you. We have got some magnification for you. Let's magnify it. Wow. Now these are the stomata. Now if you magnify a leaf, these openings, this one, this one, this one and this one. These are the stomata through which the leaves take in the carbon dioxide and release the oxygen during the process of the photosynthesis. So now you have seen the stomata. Now let's walk further. Now suddenly you spot a tree which is covered with the yellow color noodles all over. So what are these yellow color noodles? Now this is Cuscuta or Amar Bale. This is called Amar Bale in Hindi. Now this is also a plant, but the problem is that this plant cannot make its own food because it doesn't contain chlorophyll. So photosynthesis cannot happen in this plant, so it cannot create its own food. But it has found a way of living, so it climbs onto another tree and sucks out the nutrition out of that tree. That's why we call this plant as a parasite, because it sucks out of the nutrients from the tree, and the tree on which it climbs is called host. So now this is a relationship where the two trees are living in together. One is a parasite and another one is a host. The parasite sucks in the nutrients from the host, and if it sucks all the nutrients from the host, then the host may also die. So this is a very dangerous plant. Okay, let's move further. Wow, what a beautiful plant. So what are these plants? Now these are some pitcher-like things. This is actually a pitcher plant where the leaves have been converted into a shape of a pitcher or a jug. And there is a one lid on top of that pitcher. Now what happens is when some insect comes inside this pitcher, this lid closes and the insect is trapped inside, and there are some hairy structures inside the pitcher so that the insect cannot move out, and some digestive juices are secreted inside the pitcher and the insect is digested. So this is a plant which eats insects and takes its food from the insects. And this plant also so this is a plant which gets its food not only from the insect but also from the photosynthesis. So this is a unique plant which gets its food both from the photosynthesis, and if some insect comes nearby, so it eats that insect also. So this plant is also called insectivorous because it eats insects. So it looks beautiful, but this plant can eat the insects, right? Okay, let's move further. Wow, suddenly you spot some umbrella-like structures coming out of the ground. So what are these structures? These are basically mushrooms, and we also call them saprotrophs. Sapro means dead or decaying and troph means nutrition. So these are the organisms which get their nutrients from the dead or the decaying matter. And in fact, you will be surprised to know that these are not the plants, these are fungus or fungi. So these are not the plants. Got it? Let's walk further. Let's see what's in store for us. Wow, now what are these? Some yellow color mushrooms coming out of branches of a tree. These are lichens. These are actually not one organisms, these are two organisms. One is fungi, the yellow color is fungi, and there is algae underneath the fungi. So now both these organisms live together. The fungi provide the shelter to the algae, and algae is the chlorophyll containing partner which creates the food for the fungi. So both these partners live in harmony and share the one thing or the other with each other. So this relationship is called symbiosis. Now you just notice that here also two different organisms are living together, but they are living in harmony so that one has to share something with the other. And we just saw one more relationship between the parasite and the host, where the parasite was only taking the nutrients from the host and it was not giving anything in return to the host. So there is a difference between the parasite host relationship and the symbiosis relationship. Right? Understood? Okay, let's walk further. Now this is a bacteria and the name is Rhizobium. And this bacteria lives in the roots of a gram plant, peas plant, or the moong plant. Or we can say these bacteria lives in the roots of legumes. Legumes are the protein-rich plants which produces the grams, peas, or the moongs, or the pulses, which are rich in the protein. So this bacteria lives in the roots of legumes. So do you know what is the reason for this? The reason is that these legumes are the protein rich plants. So these legumes need nitrogen to create the protein, because the proteins is created from the nitrogen or the amino acids, which are the basic building blocks of the proteins. And the nitrogen is present in abundance in the air, but the problem is that the plants cannot take in the raw nitrogen from the air and convert into the protein. So it has to be converted into ammonia or the amino acid before it can be absorbed by the plant. So this is where this bacteria helps the plant in converting the nitrogen from the air to the amino acids. So this bacteria basically takes the nitrogen from the air and it converts into ammonia, which is easily digested by the or easily absorbed by the plants. So this is another example of a symbiosis relationship where a bacteria and a plant are living in harmony with each other. The bacteria is helping the plant by converting the nitrogen to the ammonia, which is easily absorbed by the plant, and the plant in return gives the food to the bacteria. So this is also a very healthy relationship where the plant and the bacteria are helping each other. So at this moment you can also consider that if this bacteria is not present, then we need to add more manure to the soil to compensate for the deficiency of the nitrogen. So you need to some urea or some other fertilizer which is rich in nitrogen, so that the legumes can take in the nitrogen or the ammonia from the fertilizer and convert it into the proteins, right? So we have two modes of giving the nutrients to the plant. One is through these bacteria which converts the nitrogen to ammonia, or another option is to add the fertilizer. But this option, the Rhizobium bacteria, is the better one because this is the natural process. Okay, let's walk further. Oh no, you just slipped on a slippery green like substance and it's hurting very much. So what is this green like substance? Hint is that this substance makes its own food. So can you guess what is the name of this substance? Yes, this is algae. Now since you have fell, now you are in no mood to continue. So you just wanted to go home. So let's go home. Oh, but you just now spotted an ice cream. So now now you want to eat an ice cream. Now just before you finish these 3 scoops of the ice cream, let's revise what we have learned so far. We started off with the nutrition. So nutrition is a mode by which we take in the food and its utilization by the body. Then we studied that there are 2 modes of the nutrition. One is autotrophs and another is heterotrophs. and there is only plants which comes under the category of autotrophs, because only plants can make their own food, and rest other things are covered under the heterotrophs. Plants, humans, animals, microbes, these are heterotrophs. There are, we just saw some plants which are heterotrophs, for example cuscuta and the pitcher plant, because they can take their food from the other organisms. Then we saw the cohabitat between the parasite and the host relationship, where a cuscuta plant was climbing onto a host and it was sucking out the nutrients from the host. So this is a very selfish kind of relationship between a parasite and the host, because this relationship can kill the host. And then we saw a very healthy relationship which is called symbiosis, wherein one bacteria was helping the plant and one fungi was helping the algae and algae was helping the fungi. So this kind of relationship is a very healthy relationship where the both or the multiple partners help each other. Then we also saw the saprotrophs which feeds on the dead or the decaying matters. Right, understood? Let's go back home. Now, while we're going back home, you suddenly got curious and some new questions came to your mind. The first one is pitcher plant partially autotrophic? Does photosynthesis happen in green stem and the green branches of a plant? And does photosynthesis mean synthesis in the presence of photo? Because photo means light. So is this related to the photo is related to the light and synthesis to the making? Hope you enjoyed your walk through the garden. Goodbye and thanks.